No joke, boys. I may have accidentally uncovered a mystery in Marvel Future Fight while researching for this exact video. So let me explain. Last night, I was thinking about what video to make for this morning, and then I remembered that a year ago, about a year ago, it was before Gore World Boss Legend dropped, they released a dev note or some kind of notice where they talked about releasing more world bosses. And I was like, man, I kind of remember this. I kind of remember them saying they were going to release 2 to 3 new world bosses per year. And we had already gotten, I think, Ultron earlier in 2022 in like February or March. And then later that year, we got Gore. And then at the end of last year, we got Jean, which fulfilled the rule of 3, right? 2 or 3. And then I started thinking, I was still brushing my teeth at this point. I was like, damn, this year they only released Kang. So they're going to have to release another world boss before the end of the year if they want to keep up to that 2 or 3 promise. I mean, they're not going to do 3 by the end of this year, but hey, they can at least do 2, but it's already September, right? They don't have a lot of time. They have a couple of months because we don't usually have a full update for December anyways. And then I was like, you know what? Let me go back. Let me make the video about that. We'll go back. We'll read the developer note together. It'll be really fun. We'll like, chill and sort of nostalgia on old times. That was the plan. That was the plan for the video. Here's where the mystery comes into play. So I scrolled all the way back on my channel to over a year ago, and I found the video. It's right here. 2022 is the year of the players. Insane news for the game. I was so hype, right? You guys were hyped too. 34,000 views, right? That was 2022. So you go to the video, and there I am. Just, whatever. That's me. And this is April 28th, 2022. This is the 7-year anniversary development team letter of appreciation. And sure enough, in that letter, if you scroll down to the end here, they talk about World Boss. Where is it? They talk about World Boss, difficulty arrangements, and addition of new world bosses. So I didn't imagine this. And I know you're probably wondering in the video right now, why would I talk about imagining something that definitely happened? Because I have video proof. We'll get to that in just a second. Hold on to your panties. So it says here, last February, Ultron was added to the game with the intention of being more formidable than Null or Mephisto. However, it was difficult for us to boost the rewards while World Boss Legend tag was still attached. Currently, we're planning to segment the Legend difficulty into different levels of difficulties for a more intuitive experience. Each level will yield different rewards, meaning that the challenging higher levels will be much more rewarding. They have still not done this. Okay, this has still not happened. And then it says right here, also, we are preparing to add new world bosses at a quicker pace than before. We are planning to add 1 to 2 new world bosses in the second half of this year. We are looking towards elevating the fun of the challenge by adding new and more demanding world bosses. Okay, so I think I misread it or I misremembered it. I thought that they had said that they were planning on releasing more bosses every year, and they were going to continue doing that. So maybe I'm just an idiot, and I don't know how to read. Yeah, they don't mention doing that every single year. Oh, shit. Okay, so it was just 1 to 2 in the second half of this year. And they made good on that promise of releasing both Gore and Jean. But actually, I'm more interested in the second part here. Segmenting the legend difficulty into different levels, because they have not done that. They have not done that. But anyways, here's where the mystery is afoot, ladies and gentlemen. I know that this happened. I know that this is a real thing because you can see here that it happened. So then I went to Google and I did a very specific search for 7-year anniversary and then in quotations development team letter. And I searched it only on the website forum.netmarble.com. Okay, so this is a very curated, very, focused search. There are 6 results. You get the 8-year anniversary development team letter of appreciation. You get the 6-year anniversary development team letter of appreciation. And nothing. That's it. These are all of the results. There's nothing else. I've searched high and low. I've changed the search around. I cannot find this post. It's gone. It's either gone or they're not archiving it, so it's not showing up in Google search results later on. And I don't have the URL. Sometimes I post the URL of the website in the video, but I didn't have it this time around, so I don't have it to go back to it. Now, it's possible that something normal and benign is going on because I went through the tab in-game rather than going to the actual forums, although there is also a forum post. but it's possible that for some reason it wasn't like a permanent forum post. It was just a temporary forum post because it was one of those notices and one of those posts that you can access via the in-game pop-up, right? It's possible. It's possible. But we've also seen this more recently this year, right, for the 8-year anniversary one, and it's still here, and you can click on it, and you can go to it, and it still exists. So, I don't know, man. Did they delete the one from 2021? Did they delete that? Right? Spooky. So that's really where I'm at right now. I think they deleted it because they didn't want us to remember that they promised these things. And actually now, even more than the World Boss one, I feel like they really need to come through with this one, because it says each level will yield different rewards. That has never happened, meaning challenging higher levels will be much more rewarding. Now that I think about it, I want to pivot the topic of this video. We need this. We need this 100%. We need this in the game right now. This part here that I've highlighted right here, the second part that I've highlighted, we need this because currently, as it stands, when you go into World Boss, there is no need, there's zero incentive at all to play not only higher tier bosses, like there's very little incentive to play Kang and Jean, right? Not only is there that, but what's worse is there's very little incentive to climb to a higher stage of any of these bosses: Null, Mephisto, Ultron, Gore, Jean, Kang. Very little incentive unless you just want to make yourself suffer, because the rewards are the same. Whether you're doing stage 1 or you're doing stage 99, the rewards are basically the same. So they actually promised us this over a year ago, and they still have not delivered on it. And now I'm wondering, did they delete it because they knew they weren't going to come through on the promise, or that they, whatever, the manager changed, somebody new took over and they're like, screw this guy's old ideas, they're trash, we're going to go in a new direction, right? I don't know, man. I really do want them to answer this. They probably won't. Let's be honest. They probably won't answer us on this and tell us and give us an answer and say, hey, guys, like, definitively, we are going to do this. We're still planning to do this. Or, no, guys, we scrapped this. We have a better idea. It's fine if they have a better idea, but at least tell us. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video. I wanted to point out that they still haven't made good on their promise to do at least 2 World Boss Legends for this year, but now I realize that doesn't even make sense anymore, because they were only referring about the year that this was released, i.e. last year. And perhaps that's the reason why they deleted this in the first place, because it was causing so much confusion. But more so than that, now I do want to focus on the rewards, man. They have to do this. Like, we really should be holding their feet to the fire while getting them to make good on their promises. But that being said, I also did think about, and I think about it from time to time, if we could get more world bosses after Kang. I know some people don't see the point of them anymore, and I partially agree. But I think if they do release another world boss legend and they time that with and it coincides with reworking the rewards so that the boss progression feels better and stuff like that, I think it would be really fun. The other reason why I wanted to bring up another world boss legend beyond Kang, not that I'm bored of Kang necessarily or bored of Jean, but because we're getting to the spicy CTPs now. Right, we're getting to the spicy CTPs, especially if the next World Boss Legend has the Mighty Rage as the drop. I feel like that World Boss Legend will become so popular for people to farm, even just whatever, stage 1, stage 2, because of the fact that they have a small chance, however small, they do have a small chance to drop a Mighty CTP of Rage. So, I mean, it might not be Rage, it might be the Egg, Refinement, or it might be Insight or something like that. But there's a chance it's Rage, and the chance gets better and better with every new world boss that they release. So that being said, I still hope they release a new world boss. I think the rewards being improved is actually a higher priority now. I didn't realize that the patch notes or the dev note at the time from last year actually said that. I remember the stuff about GBR, and then I remembered the stuff about more world bosses, but I didn't remember the stuff about segmenting the rewards and giving players more rewards for challenging higher levels. Like, they absolutely 100% need to do this. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I've said it like 3 times in the video already. But if they were to add a new World Boss Legend, I can ask you before I show you, who would you like to see? Let me know down below in the comments. My ideas are pretty straightforward. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Annihilus. I think Annihilus would be a fantastic World Boss Legend. And funny enough, if you take a look at the theme of at least 2 of my 3 suggestions, because I'll spoiler alert you on my second suggestion, it's Super Skrull. So my second suggestion, which is more MCU themed and is more sort of current to the meta, is Super Skrull. And I say current to the meta because if you take a look here, obviously Jean is not really MCU themed, but Kang is certainly MCU themed, obviously from Ant-Man. And then Ultron, Gore was as well for Love and Thunder, and so was Ultron from the What If series. So, you know, at least half of the, and Null was for the comics at the time. So more than half of the World Boss Legends were released at a time when their character was either getting a lot of attention in the comics and a lot of like events or whatever, or a lot of MCU themed stuff. So that's why I suggested Super Skrull, although he's not really on the power level of like Kang and Jean and Annihilus. He still matches that sort of, you know, stuff from Secret Invasion. So yeah, I could see a Super Skrull Secret Invasion update where we get a Super Skrull World Boss Legend, we get Nick Fury Tier 3, and maybe we get Gaia or something like that. I could also see an Annihilus World Boss Legend. And the reason why I mentioned these two together in tandem is because they're both very closely linked to the Fantastic Four. Right? Annihilus has taken on the Fantastic Four multiple times, and Super Skrull literally originally has the powers of the Fantastic Four. Now, this has been sort of retconned with the MCU, and they sort of done different things here with Groot and shit. But the OG Super Skrull, the one we all know and love, is, you know, Invisible Woman, Thing, Human Torch, and Mr. Fantastic. So I could see a, you know, Doctor Doom Tier 4, a new, you know, Fantastic Four themed World Boss Legend sort of thing for either Annihilus or Super Skrull. Those are my first 2 suggestions. My third suggestion, very straightforwardly, is Onslaught. Another mutant World Boss Legend would be nice. More Phoenix Feathers, this kind of thing. And we know that the devs have put more effort into mutant updates lately. Like, we got a lot of mutant tier 4s. We just have had a lot more mutant action than recently. So it makes sense for them to go back and drop a mutant World Boss Legend again. Especially after Jean was so popular at the end of last year, because she allows you to farm tier 4 materials and farm feathers at the same time. So yeah, those are my picks for top 3. I know I've said them a lot on the channel, but I think it begs repeating. And you know what else begs repeating? You know what else begs repeating? Do what you said you were going to do, okay? Not you watching, unless you're a developer on Marvel Future Fight. Then yes, it's you watching. Anywho, hit me up in the comments down below. I'm sure someone's going to find this page on the Wayback Machine and they're going to hit me up. I appreciate it. But yeah, if you can find this one on actual search engines, not on Wayback Machine, then I would be shocked, and it would kind of blow a lot of holes in my mystery theory. But yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.